All right, let's dive in. Today we're tackling a topic that's, well, as big as life itself. Seriously, we're talking about how in the world we organize the study of every single living thing on this planet. We're going to map out this incredible tree of biology and see just how scientists make sense of it all. So, let's get started. I mean, just stop and think about that for a second. Biology covers everything from the tiniest microbe in the soil to the largest blue whale in the ocean, and everything in between. It's the science of everything that is or ever was alive. It's just a massive, almost overwhelming amount of information. So the big question is, where do you even begin? How do you study all that without getting completely lost? Well, the answer is actually pretty clever. We do what we always do when faced with something huge and complex. We break it down. Think of it like a giant, sprawling family tree. To get a handle on the immense world of living things, we divide the huge field of biology into different branches. Each branch focuses on one specific piece of the puzzle. And that's how we start to bring a little order to the beautiful chaos of life. So let's start at the very bottom of our tree. The first and maybe the most fundamental split in biology creates two main trunks. This is the classic division, the one that separates the living world into two massive kingdoms for us to study. It's an idea that's been at the heart of science for centuries. And here they are, the two big ones. On one side, you have botany, which is the scientific study of all plant life. On the other side, zoology, which, you guessed it, deals with the entire animal kingdom. For a very long time, this was the basic breakdown. You were either a botanist, studying things that get energy from the sun, or a zoologist, studying things that move around and eat. But as you can probably imagine, that was just scratching the surface. Right, because that simple two-part split just couldn't hold up forever. Scientists started discovering all sorts of organisms that didn't really fit neatly into either box. You know, things like fungi or bacteria. Plus, the sheer diversity within both plants and animals was staggering. It became obvious that we needed to get way more specific. So yeah, these two main trunks were really just the start of the journey up the tree. Okay, so let's keep climbing. We're moving up from those two main trunks to explore all the smaller, more specialized branches. And this is where biology gets really, really cool. We're going from the super general to the incredibly specific. And wow, just take a look at how diverse these specializations can get. This is just a sample, but look at the range here. Some of these fields are all about the what is it and how is it built questions. Things like taxonomy, which is the science of classifying life, or anatomy, the study of structure. Others ask, how does it all work? That's where you get fields like physiology, which looks at function, or biochemistry. And then you've got super modern fields like biotechnology, where we use all this knowledge to create new tech. Every single one is a different window into understanding life. Let's just pull out a few of these so you can see what I mean. Let's start with ecology. This is a real big picture field. Ecologists aren't just looking at, say, one lion. No, they're studying the entire web of relationships, how that lion interacts with the zebras, the grass, the climate, the land itself. It is all about the connections. Now, let's zoom all the way in from that huge ecosystem view down to the microscopic level with genetics. This branch is all about the actual code of life, our DNA. Geneticists study heredity. They're trying to figure out exactly how traits get passed down from parents to their kids. This is the field that explains the why behind your eye color or your family's knack for being tall. And get this, for just how specific these branches can get. From that massive trunk of zoology, you can follow a branch all the way out to entomology. This is an entire field of science dedicated to studying just one group of animals, insects. Think about that. You can have a whole career just trying to understand the six-legged creatures that, let's be honest, kind of run the planet. And that was just 3 examples, each one looking at life on a totally different scale: the ecosystem, the gene, and one specific group of animals. Whether you're talking about physiology, focusing on how bodies work, or microbiology, looking at a world we can't even see, each and every branch gives us a unique lens, a different and powerful tool to view the unbelievably complex web of life. So, okay, this is all really interesting, but you might be thinking, why does this matter to me? Well, these branches aren't just for textbooks and labs. They lead to real-world careers that have a massive impact on our health, our environment, and pretty much our entire future. Check out how this all translates into actual jobs. If you're fascinated by those big picture connections in ecology, you could become a conservation scientist, someone who actively works to protect our planet's ecosystems. If the code of life in genetics is what gets you excited, you could become a genetic counselor, helping families understand their health. Or you could dive into a super specific field like parasitology, yep, the study of parasites, and end up working in public health, fighting diseases all over the globe. Every branch leads to really important work. So as you can see, the tree of biology is just huge. It's complex, and it's constantly growing as we learn more and more about the world around us. It's our map for understanding everything that's alive, which really just leaves one final simple question. With all of this incredible diversity to study, which branch will you explore?